Hello
guys.
and welcome to Andy
and Marty,
the podcast.
Our
14th episode and our first episode of 2024. A new year, some crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's very exciting to be here on this new leaf of.
Okay, I feel like I need to clarify that Madi is naturally high. Okay, and we are naturally high, and I just want you all to know that
I'm just funny.
That
okay?
we may come off like we are stoned, but we are just matcha'd out right now, and that is the only thing. We are vegan menudo'd and matcha'd out.
I mean, I got more in me than that, but it's mostly. It's all residual, you know what I'm saying? Nothing's currently active on the scene.
Yeah. It is not an active police thing. Okay.
Yeah, no. That's all in the past. That was in 2023. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm sure.
I actually only drank now twice since January started. But I had my first alcohol Saturday. I went to go get food and I had a drink with it. It was a mezcal margarita. And I'm not gonna lie, I was twisted after that one.
Kitty.
After that one mezcal margarita because I have not been drinking at all for weeks.
No, yeah.
And so that one drink, I didn't even finish it, dude, because I was like, I'm fucked up. Like, literally, I'm not kidding. Which is insane because, like, I mean, I would say, like, a couple months ago, I was like, damn, I have a problem because my tolerance is, like, pretty high. Like, I was like, damn, I've had, like, 7 drinks and I'm still, like, not even as drunk as I was with that one drink.
It's because she was a bartender for many years.
Yeah, but that wasn't... I think that I've gone through phases with my tolerance outside of that being a factor. Because, I mean, you know, I'm not allowed to drink at all jobs. A lot of those jobs, I was not drinking at all. I was completely sober, you know, for like 12 hours. So...
I don't believe you.
No, it's true. It's true. And also, I mean, I feel like, you know, you don't always want to be drunk on the job. It's not exactly the most stress-free experience. Yeah, exactly. No. So, yeah, I'm not exactly interested in that either. Unless, you know, in the right circumstances, perhaps. But
as a teacher, that is never an option.
Damn, you're not showing up with your with Stanley of vodka?
With my vodka in my little bag. No. I broke that generational curse. I did.
Wow, dude. Damn. See, that's what 2024 is about, guys. We're breaking generational curses. Andrew and I
never did that. I never did that.
I'm breaking curses all the time. Catch me in the woods in a circle of salt. How about that? You know what I mean?
What?
Anyway, yeah. Andrew and I are moving to Europe this year, which is very exciting. So you're gonna hear the podcast continuing from this time a different continent, new continent unlocked for the podcast.
That's not happening quite yet. That's
but I'm just saying,
months.
Like, these are things to look forward to this year. You know, we're gonna be popping off in ways that were only before just mere figments of our imagination.
Just dreams.
Precisely. Now these dreams are gonna be becoming reality.
Yes.
Very exciting.
I think that let's reintroduce ourselves because I found that our most watched episode of 2023 was our introduction
that was
video.
Just because people were curious about what the podcast was going to be like. I don't think it's because they wanted to get to know us.
I just want to reintroduce myself. So anyway, my name is Andrew. For those of you who are just joining us in 2024. And I am 28 years old. I was born in 1995.
My name is Marissa.
What the heck? I am a Taurus.
No one wants your bibliography.
I'm telling them 5 basic facts about me. I am a Taurus.
Make them like obscure facts, like not the basic facts. Like
half Irish and half Mexican.
If I was a bird, I would be.
Okay. I'm not. You can do that for yourself.
Fine.
I am half Irish, half Mexican. As of this year, I am now a dual citizen with Ireland. Thank you to my grandfather up above.
Shout out to the
shout out to the ancestry.
To the fairies, the leprechauns.
Shout out to the leppies.
Shout out to all of the mythical creatures of Leprechaun for helping make this happen.
To aid me in my journey.
For sneaking in those offices for Andrew. You really shouldn't have.
Thank you, buddy. I'll just leave that at that. I have a master's degree in international migration and ethnic relations. And I'm trying to get another master's degree because in this economy, a master's degree is what they call a bachelor's degree. So let's pass that along to Marissa.
So my name is Marissa. My name is also Marissa. My name is also Madi.
I call her Marissa and Madi.
Mars, Madi, Marissa, Marissa. A slew of different names I have been called, you know.
Oh, God.
What else is there to know
That did not sound good.
Why?
A slew of different names.
And you know what? I like them all. I have to say, people are always like, what do you want me to call you? And I'm like, I don't know, any of the 20 options that I just gave you.
Yeah, I don't mind Andy or
I feel like
Andrew.
I do like Mars because it's like makes me feel a little bit more like I'm a pop star, which is important for me. But other than that, maybe Marissa, because then I'm like, I feel like you just hit me in the soul. Okay. Bullseye to the soul right there. Anyway, what else about me? I kind of want a pet pigeon. I'm interested in getting a pet pigeon.
Even though she has 2 dogs.
Guys, pigeons are not wild. They're feral, okay? Just like cats. And they survive in the wild, but they thrive with humans, just like cats. Fun fact about pigeons. What else about me? I have a master's from the universe in being a bad bitch. And also I'm certified in witchcraft. So there's that. What else? I am
trying not to laugh so hard.
I'm trying to evolve from a silly goose to a silly swan. I guess that's basically it.
That's Marissa.
That's my facts about me.
That's Marissa right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's her in a nutshell.
It's a Mia.
It's her in a nutshell.
That's a Mia.
I remember when me and Madi traveled to Italy for the first time, I was telling her about my friend from Rome who had an Italian accent. And I was imitating her, you know, just like getting her ready to prepare herself for how people were going to sound speaking English. And she goes, Andrew, I think you're being super stereotypical right now. And I was like, no, Madi, you don't understand. And like the second we landed, she understood. It's like everyone really does talk like that. It's to the point where even, you know, TikToks have come out of dogs from Italy having Italian accents.
I'll put it in.
Husky has an Italian accent.
Rispondi a questi cattivi. Bravo, ma che vuoi? Diglielo. Ah, che sono cattivi. Dici, tu sei troppo educato.
Like there's cat and a dog with an Italian accent. I thought Andrew was being racist. I'm gonna be honest with you. I told him, Andrew, I don't know if I can continue with this podcast. I don't want to be canceled. And so I told him, you know, I think that's racist. Because he was like, they talk like this. And, you know, it's like, it's a very, you know, it's a special way that they talk. And I was like, girl, that sounds like it's out of, like, The Sopranos. Like, that's not right. And then we arrived, and I realized...
Millions of people talk like this.
Could not be closer to the truth.
Could not be closer to the truth. Is that the way to say it?
That's a way to say it.
Oh, okay. No, but
a lot of people say farther from the truth, like could not be farther from the truth.
There we go.
But I say could not be closer.
Okay.
It's a figure of speech.
and I will also say that I heard a baby, like non-verbal baby, like basically crying in an Italian accent, and I was like, wow, this runs deep. No, actually, yes. I swear, I love you Italians, but that is it's
husky
true.
Was like, and the cat was like, wow.
Yeah, no.
Like literally.
It has that rhythm.
Anyway, I don't really know what that has to do with anything.
Well,
but,
anyway,
Anyway, so today we wanted to do a fun segment called I Tell Andrew About a Bunch of Random Stuff. Maybe I should insert a jingle.
Random stuff.
Yay! It's time for I Tell Andrew About Random Stuff. So I just thought, like, Andrew's really, like, not very into pop culture. So I thought I would tell Andrew a couple of mainstream things that are going on that he has no idea about, just for funsies. Maybe you guys have heard of these things, maybe not. I'm going to actually start with something that's kind of like, I think that I'm going to get deeper with the cuts. You know what I'm saying? As we go. Like, the last one's going to be, like, a deep cut. Like, you're definitely not going to know about that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to start with the things you might know about. I have, like, 3 main topics I was wanting to bring up as fun discussions / things that you should know about modern day.
Okay.
As someone that teaches America's youth,
I should know.
You gotta be on top of this information.
I should absolutely know these
So,
things.
you know, the first thing that I've been seeing a lot about that actually is developing a lot of controversy these days. Controversy is Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Are you familiar with Gypsy Rose
I
Blanchard?
have no idea what this
No?
is. No.
God damn it, Andrew!
No,
This was supposed to be the easiest cut.
But this is perfect because honestly, I think that as a random listener who is listening to this or watching this, I think that I am representative of like half of the population, and you're representative of half the population. So I think this is perfect.
I'm like
I have
on
no
the
idea.
red carpet, and Andrew's like
I would be at the red
100
carpet
miles
on the red
away
carpet
on a log.
and only know like the absolute A-list people. You
Okay,
know?
well, you better get to know Gypsy Rose then, because
Tell me
she is the top of the media sensations
why.
by far this month.
Why?
Okay, so let's talk about first. Let me give you a little background information about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Okay,
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
this girl, this woman, is famous for basically her story. They made several documentaries about her, but they made this show on Hulu called The Act. Now, this was a very famous show. I think it even won some awards. So this is really what made her famous, I would say, The Act. So essentially, her life has been absolutely insane. Like, she is a victim of Munchausen syndrome by proxy. You know
what is that?
Okay, so basically it's a syndrome. It's like this thing that happens to people where a parent or a caregiver basically convinces them that they are sick or gaslights the child and other people around them that they're like very ill or sick when they're not, in order to have control over the child and also just to get attention. Okay? So basically her entire life, Gypsy was like told that she was very sick. She was in wheelchairs. Her mom said that she had all these diseases. They were giving her like tons of medication. Her mom would always like switch doctors so they couldn't like catch up to what was going on. She would like tell her to like pretend that she couldn't talk, like pretend she couldn't walk. She would shave her head so it looked like she was going through treatments. She would drug her so that she was like all like, you know, mentally like foggy. It was dark. It was really dark. Yeah. It was, and it's a very intense show. If you guys are interested, The Act, I would highly recommend. It's actually, I think it's on Hulu. Really good. Very good show. Very interesting. But it tells her whole story. And so she was really, like, hardcore victimized by her mom. And when she was older, like, her mom was also started lying about her age, lying about how old she was. She was saying she was younger than she really was. She was moving her around all over the place, isolating her from people. Like, you know, just truly, like, abuse. I mean, you know, there's no other way of putting it.
I've never heard of this.
Dude, I know, I'm surprised. It's so huge right now. Okay, so anyway, long story short, so this Gypsy is experiencing all this. She tries to run away at one point with like her boyfriend. Her mom literally finds her and like drags her back in the house and chains her to the bed. Okay. So, and she had, like, apparently tried to, like, confide in somebody, and the mom even told, like, the police, like, you know, Gypsy's, like, really not well, like, if she ever tries to, like, say something, like, just know that, like, she's, like, not, you know, just bring her back to me, like, you know, her mom had really, like...
rigged it.
Yes, and was, like, basically kept keeping her, like, her prisoner, you know? So... Gypsy ends up, like, talking to some people on the internet, and she starts, like, dating this guy, basically,
Wait, this
virtually.
is during the years of the internet?
Yeah. It wasn't, I mean, it was, like, this was, like, maybe 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
This happened, I thought this was,
10
like,
years
the 1800s.
ago. No, girl, this is the top story on E! News, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, like, the top stuff. Okay. Granted, yeah.
I
this
was
is, like,
imagining like 1750.
no, bro. This was going on like 10 years ago. Okay.
Horrible.
Anyway, so yeah, so Gypsy starts talking to this guy, and they ended up dating, and like they even meet up. They go to watch the Cinderella story, okay, or Cinderella or something. She goes with her mom to watch Cinderella, ends up meeting with this guy in the bathroom to fuck. Okay.
Oh damn!
And so she like starts getting like really rebellious and just crazy, and like she starts getting really close to this dude. This dude, very weird. I think he had like some kind of mental, like, you know,
they both
something.
have issues. Yeah. Okay.
But he was like he was like on the spectrum or something like that.
Okay.
I think he might have even had like schizophrenia. So he was just, you know, he was unstable, and essentially they basically started plotting to kill Gypsy's mother.
Oh my god.
And they did. Well, okay, so Gypsy basically orchestrated it all, but then the dude, like her boyfriend, came into the house. Like Gypsy stayed in the bathroom. So this dude basically comes into the house, tells Gypsy like go to the bathroom. She buys the knife for him. He stabs her mother to death, and then they do a horrible like job covering it up. They immediately get caught. And yeah, it's like becomes this huge media thing when it happened because of the fact that it was like this circumstance of like, well, she was being abused. And so the dude, the boyfriend was the one that actually murdered the woman, right? He ended up getting life in prison. He's still in prison.
That's not cool.
Gypsy, however, only got 10 years, and she was paroled after 8 years. So she just got out of prison. This is why it's modern news, because Gypsy got out of prison like 3 months ago, okay? And people are living for it. She's like the modern icon, okay? The day that she got out of prison, there was this huge thing going around where people were saying they were getting tipsy for Gypsy, and they were going out to get drunk to celebrate that Gypsy was released from prison. And I mean, she immediately, like, she posted a selfie on Instagram, was like, first selfie of freedom. Like 5 million likes.
Wow.
She started getting she became viral, okay? And everyone was like, slay queen, like she was like giving for the people. You know what I mean?
Is she beautiful?
The people's queen. I wouldn't say that she's conventionally beautiful.
Oh, well, she's beautiful.
I'm not, yeah, of course.
I shouldn't even ask
she's
that.
not,
she's beautiful.
Yes, exactly. Like she's,
sorry.
You know, like
sorry,
we love her. We
crowd.
love Gypsy. However, I wouldn't say that she's not like, you know.
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah. She's, you know, she's doing her thing. Like let's see if I can show you some of her posts. I'll put it on the screen for you guys too. So you can see some of her posts. This was her first selfie of freedom. You can see 6.5 million likes. Okay.
This poor girl, bro.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so anyway, so she has
Jenna,
like some stuff coming
her
out.
friend liked it.
And she's married. Okay, Gypsy is married to this dude, Ryan. Okay. And they got married while she was in prison.
How did she meet him?
So she apparently, I don't know, apparently this Gypsy's become more and more controversial because people are like, this lady's crazy and y'all are glorifying her. She's literally a murderer. Like, she didn't actually do it, but she was, like, the mastermind.
Okay, but, like, what the hell?
Yeah. A lot of people obviously think it's justified, right? Obviously. A lot of people don't care. But still, like, you know, she's talked a lot about how, like, she learned manipulation tactics from her mother and how it's kind of messed up that she's just being, like, exploited now. There's a lot of, you know, diverse opinions about her. But, a lot of people are hating on her husband because, like, he's just, like, you know, again, like, he's also not, like, the most conventionally, like, attractive dude, right? Like, so they're kind of a dorky couple. Okay, whatever. So people were just, like, trolling them. But I need to show you. Okay, so, like, she was also going viral because she made, like, this post about him because he was getting all this hate, okay?
About her ex or her current husband?
Her current husband. Her current husband. Oh my gosh, hold on. I need to show this to you. It's so freaking funny. Okay.
Dang. Where's she from?
Okay, Louisiana. She's from Louisiana.
That's a Gypsy Rose
So,
Blanchard.
okay, I'm just gonna read this whole little part so you can see. Gypsy, who's released from prison last week, having served more than 8 years behind bars for the murder of her abusive mother, a special education teacher from Louisiana, while she was still, she married this dude in 2002, okay?
In jail.
Commenting, yes, while she was still in jail, correct.
Okay.
Commenting on one of Anderson's Instagram posts, like, she commented on a post that he made of them, okay? Gypsy said, don't listen to the haters, and basically said the couple doesn't owe anyone anything, okay? And then she said, besides, they jealous because you are rocking my world every night. Yeah, I said it, the D is fire.
Oh. Wow. Good for Gypsy.
And so, and then her husband replied, okay?
No.
Look, I found it.
Okay.
Ryan, don't listen to the haters. I love you and you love me. We do not owe anyone anything. Our family is who matters. If you get likes and good comments, great. If you get hate, then whatever, because they don't matter. I love you. Besides, they jealous because you rock in my world every night. Yeah, I said it. The D is fire. Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life.
Okay.
Cheers to you, Gypsy.
And then her husband replied,
oh, goodness
and
gracious.
he basically ended up saying,
I
like,
don't really need
he
to know
said
exactly
something
what he said.
along the lines. He said something along the lines of,
I almost wish
who
this was
said
from
who said I care? Like, girl, they're just jealous of like our love or something. And then he was like, now come and get it.
Oh, when you're ready, come get it.
Dude.
Gypsy Rose.
So of course, all of this is just making people like her even more. It's just adding more fuel to the fire of like, yes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, people like her.
Anyway, so now she literally has like, I mean, so many followers. You saw, like, she has like 8.3 million followers, okay?
That's like a life-changing amount of followers. Like,
Keep
she can do
commenting more than-
anything.
No, literally, people were like, she is so famous now. It's actually insane.
And there's a show based off of her.
There's a show based on her life. It's called The Act. Very good. I would highly recommend that show. It's really good and it'll give you a glimpse into like her life. But that's why it's really controversial, because it's just like, dang, like, yeah, she went through a lot and it was really messed up. And I will say, she does not advocate for murder. She regrets it. She regrets doing that to her mom. And like, she like, you know, was trying to raise awareness of like, this is not the answer, and you know, whatever. But a lot of people argue that like, girl, you knew exactly what you were doing and like you orchestrated that whole thing. Like,
okay,
there
but
was other options.
She was being
Yeah.
Like what were her options?
Well, she
went
says
to the
that as
police.
well. She says that was not the only option. Like,
Yeah.
I should not have done that. That was like absolutely like just, you know, that was not the
but
right
she
answer.
her mother literally went to the police and told them not to believe her and got everyone to believe that she was
You
super,
should watch
super
the
sick.
show, The Act. Okay, so now you're
I'm
up to
not
date
gonna
on
watch
Gypsy Rose, but you're definitely gonna hear that. So if you hear Gypsy Rose, now you know who Gypsy Rose is.
Rose Blanchard.
I can't believe that was supposed to be the easiest cut for you.
Okay, next.
Okay, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, this is maybe going to be a quick one. This one's kind of the middle cut. Actually, I think that you won't know about this, but whatever. I mean, at this point, I don't really think you're going to know about any of this. So I wanted to tell you about the Ace family divorce. Okay, now, for those of you who don't know who the Ace family are, they're an extremely famous vlogging family from YouTube. I mean, they have like 30 million followers. Okay, like I'm talking like some serious.
Oh, are they that?
Okay, 18.4 million.
Let me see.
18.4 million. Now, they, like, have always, like, they have this thing where they're like, Ace family! And, like, they have 3 kids that they exploit for vlogs. And they're always super cringe, but, I mean, they were so famous.
Oh, sorry.
Until things really started spiraling for them. Because, basically, like, the dude, Austin McBroom, and then Catherine McBroom are their names, okay?
McBroom?
McBroom is their last name.
Why are they the Ace family?
Because it's Austin, Catherine, and then their first daughter was Elle.
Oh.
So it was like Austin, Catherine, and Elle.
That's so cringe.
So they're the McBrooms. Now, it always kind of gave like that, like Catherine was like not that bad, but like Austin was just like absolutely insane. Super cringe, douchebag man. And he like just got them in so much trouble. Granted, she did too. They were like the scam artists. Like they were constantly doing scams, like constantly doing all these things to just get money, constantly releasing businesses that would like immediately go bankrupt or like get messed up. Austin McBroom, he started hosting all of these like social gloves events. He owns this company called Social Gloves, which was basically like the what are they called? Like the TikTokers boxing. You know what I mean? When like the YouTubers and the TikTokers would do the boxing events. You don't know about that? Okay, well, there was basically this huge phenomena of these big events where, like, Jake Paul was, like, huge.
I remember
Logan
that.
Paul.
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were, like, the first ones to kind of get into it, but then it became this big thing, and so they started doing, like, events where it was just, like, all YouTubers, all TikTokers. So he basically threw this one huge event where he fought, oh my god, I forgot his name, some TikToker. Used to date Addison Rae, but he fought him, and he was going to pay him alone, like, $3 million, okay? And he basically promised everyone that he, like, got to agree to do this, that he was going to pay them, like, all of this money. And basically, he did a horrible job advertising it. He's very arrogant, so he, like, honestly just, I feel like, didn't want to, like, put the effort in. And so it ended up bombing, and he had no money to pay anybody. okay? And he's getting sued by, like, 5 different companies for, like, all these different reasons. Catherine McBroom, also had a skincare line, and she ended up basically doing, like, a hostile takeover of the company, and now she's being sued by the people that own her company, like, the bigger company that has, like, the 50% share or whatever. She changed all the passwords and, like, locked them out of all the accounts and, like, had, like, I don't know what happened with that, but there was this huge scandal. Now she's being sued for all this money. They had this huge house, okay? They had, like, a $10 million house that they would film all their vlogs in. It was this huge thing of, like, oh my god, a huge house. They bought 2 houses and literally put them together, 2 huge mansions, okay, to make, like, a mega house. But turns out they did it all illegally, and they literally got evicted because they were, like, falsifying tax documents, and they were basically saying it was going to be, like, a commercial, like, development, and it was their personal residence, and, like, they got around doing all this stuff. Apparently it, like, never had gas service, like, this house that they've been, like, filming all these videos in, like, I mean, they have endless controversy, on top of the fact that they, like, exploit their children for views and do all of this other just general controversial, like, family vlogger stuff.
These poor children, bro.
Yes, but they were, like, they are the epitome of, like,
a family vlogger.
Success
chaos.
Story.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
but, like, also, like, the downfall, because, like, they had to get a smaller house, and it was just, like, also, there was constantly, like, blind items. Do you know what blind items are?
No.
So blind items are, if you guys have ever heard of Dumois, that's, like, probably the most famous version. There's also, like, Crazy Days and Nights. There's different versions of this. But basically, it's where people give information to, like, blogs, or, like, they leave what are called blind items. Like, they give what are called blind items, which is basically, like, oh, I saw so-and-so at, like, you know, it's like, oh, like, 10 people sent blinds to me that, like, they saw these 2 people at this restaurant. You know what I mean? So it's essentially, like, I guess you could say celebrity gossip information, but instead of being so fake the way the news is, because, like, it's like, you know, you go to TMZ, that's all bought and paid for. You know what I mean? Like, all of the major publications that run celebrity gossip are bought and paid for. You pay to get stories done. You pay to get your photograph taken. A lot of people are known to have, like, you know, it's like, for example, like the Kardashians. They literally have ins on, like, with, like, every single, you know, major news outlet. And so they're never going to run a story that they don't want them to run. You know what I mean? So generally speaking, with all of these big celebrities, the only way to find the real dirt is in the blind items, because those are from, like, real sources. And there's all these ways that they vet the sources, but this is a really big thing. Even Dumois, the more famous one, I mean, that's, like, huge, very, very popular source of, like, celebrity news.
Dumois.
Even the Kardashians even called Dumois the Bible.
Wow.
On one of their, like, episodes one time. They were like, was it on Dumois? Then it's not Bible. You know what I mean? Which is, like, how they say, like...
Truth.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, so there was always blind items about Austin McBroom cheating on her, like, every day. And being, like, a fucking scumbag, okay? I mean, he's not the vibe, okay? So anyway, so they're finally getting divorced.
Good for her.
They're finally getting divorced, yeah. Everyone's super happy for Catherine. It's so funny because her comments, it's actually sad, guys. Like, she released, like, this post of, like, yeah, you know, we're getting divorced, whatever. And people were like, finally, like, you're finally leaving him.
Yay, Catherine. Go, Catherine.
Yeah, look. About time, Catherine. You deserved way better. OMG, congratulations, girl. You can do so much better than him. He's been weighing you down for years.
Damn.
Like,
imagine.
literally so many people. Like, oh, okay, look, there's some people that are like, I don't believe in love anymore. And people were like, oh my god, why is everyone hating on Austin? And it's like, those were the people that didn't know about any of, like, the actual stuff going on behind the scenes. That, like, they don't talk about it in their vlogs, obviously. They're not like, we're being sued by 10 companies and we got our house foreclosed and we are being accused of tax fraud and I cheat on my wife, like, every 10 days. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But it's so funny because he's being, like, dissed. Like, I saw this TikTok and I was like, I have to show Andrew this because it's so funny. It just, like, shows. Okay, look, this has 7 million views. I'll play it for you guys just so you can see.
Everybody just pulled up to church, about to get that good word in. As you guys know, been trying to get closer to the man above. And I've been really trying, y'all. I've been really trying. And I've been feeling great. Really locked in and focused right now. Been really focused on my body, my mind, and my spirit. And yeah, y'all. If you around me or you're close with me, you know I'm locked in right now. Been hitting the gym every day. Been running miles every day. Been trying to eat
Every day.
a little better. It's a struggle. Been trying to eat better. Been consistently going to church. Been you know, trying to live the word, everybody.
That has 7 million views, okay? So it's just like everyone knows, like, he's such a douche. Like, he's such a he's a gaslighting girls bossing. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a mess. Anyway, so that's like my second thing that I was going to share you. This is huge. Like, they're finally getting divorced. Like, after years of like lawsuits, scams.
What's her name? Catherine?
Scam companies. Catherine and Austin.
Good for you, Catherine.
And those poor kids.
I know.
They're
the real victims of this.
Literally, dude. They have been
through the ringer.
Facing it for years. Like, they have been carrying the family's content on their backs. And now the family's...
I mean, at the very least,
destroyed.
Destroyed drinks. I think that in the very least, at least, like, they both have platforms that they're going to be able to do something with no matter what. You know?
You're right. I mean, I don't know. Austin is not looking too good. I feel like Catherine definitely was like, I'm dumping your ass.
Yeah, she's coming out on top.
She could for sure. I mean, granted, she's being sued by companies too and stuff, but I think she definitely has a better public like she's really into crystals. She's really into sound baths. Like, she seems like she's, like, kind of woke. Like, she seems to be kind of spiritually aligned. You know what I mean? But, of course, I do question because of a lot of her actions. I'm like, how aligned are you?
I think that when you're in a relationship with somebody that is that toxic and you have kids with them, I think that it does obviously affect you.
I mean, and it's your entire career.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Life.
Like, yeah, it's, like, literally your entire identity. So
that's rough.
So, yeah, dude, yeah.
Well, anyway.
And so the final thing I wanted to talk to you about, which is actually probably the thing I'm most excited about, is that Tumblr, the Tumblr aesthetic, Tumblr vibes is officially resurging. Another round of applause, okay? Now, if you guys don't know what Tumblr is, I assume most of you do, but Tumblr is like a blogging platform. It's been around for like 15 years at least. I mean, since we were younger. When we were like in high school, I was addicted to Tumblr.
I was also addicted to Tumblr.
I mean, Tumblr was huge. You know what I mean? Like, that was like really huge for all of mainstream pop culture.
We had thousands of followers.
So you remember the kind of like Tumblr aesthetic and vibes and those pictures that would go viral? That is coming back. It's like a huge thing where everyone's like the resurgence of the Tumblr girl vibe. You know what I mean? Of like being
dark
a
poetry.
Blogger. Yeah. And like Kylie Jenner just dyed her hair pink, and people were like, yes, because it's giving like the Tumblr girl. You know? So it's like all of those vibes are resurging. So I'm really excited about that because you know that was a peak time for me. Guys, at one time I had like 10 blogs. I'm not kidding.
Her most famous blog was her Harry Styles, One Direction blog.
Actually, no, that was not my most famous
Yes,
blog.
It was.
My most famous blog was a blog where I would make memes.
It was things that make my ovaries explode.
Yeah, I don't know, something like that.
That's what it was.
It was not that exactly. It was something like that, though.
It was.
No, it was something else. But it was something like that, and I would just post like literally just like. I would get submissions, so I'd actually just post whatever my submissions were, but it was mostly just like hot guys or just like characters.
No, Madi was LGBT inclusive.
Oh yeah, of course.
She threw in some girls. She threw in some non-binaries.
It was whatever I was submitted, so I actually didn't. I mean, if it was like really obscure, I wouldn't post it. But 99% of the time, I posted it. I had like maybe 20,000 followers on that blog alone. Okay.
Yeah, it was reasons my ovaries explode.
No, reasons my ovaries are gone, which like makes no sense. I don't know. That was like the 2012, lingo back in the day. Weird. It worked, obviously, because it went viral. And that was my most popular blog. And then I also had my One Direction blog.
That was very successful.
That had like maybe 5,000 like followers.
And she was obsessed with this
I would
blog.
make my own edits. I would make my own GIFs. I even wrote like 2 fan fiction on that, which is like so cringe. But I mean, look, I liked One Direction when they were very in the early
One Direction.
days.
You were obsessed.
Okay, I was a fangirl in the very early days. Okay, like I'm talking, we went to the first tour they ever had in North America. When I first started liking them, I would talk about them with people and I'd be like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this like British boy band. And people were always like, who? Like what? I remember I had to order their merch and like their CDs from the UK. Yeah. Because I couldn't even get that stuff in the US. Like, I made my friends go with me to their concert. Like, it was so wholesome. So, I don't know. You know, I liked them in the very early days. And then once they became really peaked, I had already fallen off, like, for sure. Still love them, but the obsession was short-lived. However, that blog, I mean, I learned Photoshop with that blog. Like, straight up. I was just like, I want to make, like, cool edits. And I learned to do some obscure stuff. Like, honestly, I'll see if I can find some posts. And I'll, like, post a couple for you guys so you can see what I mean if you're watching this. Because it was just, like, so, like, specific edits. Like, really technical edits that I would make.
I did the same thing. I did it for my lawn
like,
blog.
graphic design, yeah.
Yeah, Marina and the Diamonds. I was obsessed with
And then
that.
I had my main blog, and guys, I would even make themes. I would make themes. Like, I learned to code, and I had a blog where I had all my themes, and I made at least, like, 30 themes, okay, which were, like, HTML coded whole things for Tumblr. Anyway, so I was obsessed with Tumblr, and I feel like I am coded with the blood of the Tumblr, like, aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I feel the same way.
and so it just reaffirms to me how much, like, we're gonna peak this year.
This
you know?
is the top tier Tumblr aesthetic
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I still have.
Keep calm and carry
That
on.
I still have in my room to this day,
Mhm.
and this was like the most, like, one of
So
the
it's
most
a keep
main
calm and
things.
carry on poster for those of you guys just listening.
Yeah, keep calm and carry on.
Um,
It's a wartime poster from
100%.
the UK.
But no, that's 100% giving Tumblr. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about. So that vibe is coming back. So I've actually been thinking that I kind of want to dye my hair. Like, I need a reason to be enabled. I have not dyed my hair, guys, in maybe 2 years now. It's grown out a lot. It's my natural hair color right now, which I really like to an extent, but I'm also, like, so bored. You know, I'm a person that needs excitement and interest, and, you know, I'm, like, about to go into all my chart. But Uranus is the planet of change and, like, of switch ups, and I'm a Uranus at 0 degrees, so it's like I really, like, enjoy, like, diverse situations and change ups. And
She's
my
always changed her
ascendant
hair.
sign is in Leo, and, like, Leos are known for their hair. Like, that's a big thing. And, like, your ascendant is, like, how you present yourself to the world and, like, your aesthetic. So it's like all these factors combined, it just makes me
And
really
plus
want to
Tumblr
do
coming
things.
back.
Exactly. Thank you. You're
Wait,
getting
okay,
it.
okay.
You're
So
getting it.
is Tumblr coming back, or is it just the Tumblr aesthetic?
Well, you know what? Honestly, Tumblr never left. To be fair, a lot of people are still on Tumblr. I would say that Tumblr is getting more popular now because of the fact that everyone's talking about the Tumblr vibe, but I would say it's more the Tumblr aesthetic. And the aesthetic from that time and that kind of, like, grunge. Everyone, like, that's the new vibe. You know, it's like everyone's saying, like, mob boss is, like, a new thing where it's like, oh, we're just, like, we're mob wives now. You know what I'm saying? We're, like, in the mob. That's the new vibe. Or grunge. It's not, like, soft girl anymore.
But grunge without skinny jeans. We all have to wear baggy jeans
More
now.
like 90s grunge.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Fair.
But meets Tumblr, you know? So, yeah, just, I don't know. I was thinking about dyeing my hair lavender.
Don't do it.
No?
No, you, like, took so long to grow your hair.
Yeah, but I'm so bored.
Okay, well, just Photoshop, you know?
No.
Anyway, well,
Can't Photoshop in real life.
you taught me about Miss Blanchard. You taught me about the Ace family.
Yes.
You taught me about Tumblr resurfacing, or the Tumblr aesthetic, to be more specific. And now I am aware of pop culture.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. Thank you, Marissa.
Do you have one thing you'd like to share with me? Maybe something simple, small?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Maybe something
I'm
obscure?
I'm not a simple small gal.
Answer. Don't start going off, though.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, let's just go with no.
Let's go with...
How about I'm going to ask you a question. Would you ever own a pigeon?
Probably in the future, yeah, but I'm not going to own a pigeon while I'm living in an apartment or, like, a rental space. Like, it's going to have to be, like, a home where I live, like, in the country.
You know what they say? A house is not a home without a pigeon.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for listening, everybody, and for joining us in the 2024 season. We are hoping to be making more and more content together.
Yes,
Marissa.
guys, we are trying to pop off. We're trying to get on our abundance as well. So
Yes.
like, subscribe on YouTube. Please go like and subscribe on YouTube. Also, please give us 5 stars on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. That really helps us. Like,
Yes, it
leave
does.
us a rating, okay? So if you're just trying to, like, help us get in our bag, because Europe's not expensive or cheap also, so, like, you know, we're trying to make money off this podcast eventually. So
And follow us
anything
on
you can do is helpful.
our new Instagram at
Yes.
Andy and Maudie Podcast.
Andy and Maudie podcast, and we're also going to be making TikToks as well, so stay tuned for that. It'll also be the same handle though.
There we go.
And of course you can also follow us individually on Instagram and on TikTok as well. I'll put those on the screen, or if not, you can also just find us, look us up.
We
all right?
appreciate all the support.
Astral project into my dreams, and you can say hi.
There we go.
I'll meet you there.
And with that, we will say thank you so much for joining us
Thank
on
you
Andy.
guys so much. This is Andy and Maudie and Mars and Marissa
And Andrew.
Marissa.
Yeah, there we go. The podcast.
The podcast.
Have a beautiful day, evening.
Podcast.
whatever it may be.
Cool.
Bye, everyone.